Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of In the City con Christi, where we get to meet incredible people who make up the community of Doral. And today we have with us Dr. Eric Roberts from URBE University. He is the academic director. He is a U.S. Navy veteran, bringing experienced leadership to higher education, and leads multiple disciplinary curriculum with a strong emphasis in AI. Welcome, Dr. Eric Roberts. Yes. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
We've done a lot of great things with URBE.
Yes.
Great community partners.
Absolutely. We appreciate it.
So we're very happy to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Very nice setup.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to our podcast. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So born and raised in Miami. We're a native of Miami like yourself.
I am, yes.
I was fortunate to have been accepted to the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, where I played college football for Navy. Had the opportunity to stand next to the best of the best this country has to offer.
That's great.
So upon graduating from there, you're obligated to serve 5 years as an officer. So I served 5 years as a naval officer, got out, decided, what am I going to do with myself next?
Yeah.
So I got into higher education.
Awesome.
Through different opportunities, now campus director, URBE University. Couldn't be happier, amazing owners, as you know, the Bayoso family. The university is thriving, and I'm happy to see where the university goes next.
That's great.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And where is it that you went to school?
The United States Naval Academy.
Oh, okay, with the
Yes,
United States Naval.
Annapolis.
Awesome.
Yes,
And
yes.
where were you stationed?
I was in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh,
Station.
wonderful.
A few
Wonderful.
deployments, a few different ships.
So born and raised in Miami, but got to get away for a little bit.
Absolutely.
And decided to come back to Miami.
Decided to come back. I know.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's great. Well, we're happy to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
You know, undoubtedly, education has changed
Completely.
quite a bit.
It is in the middle of an interesting time right now. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And your emphasis has been on artificial intelligence.
Absolutely.
So we want to talk about that and focus on that today. Yes. We see so many of our students, of our young generation, my son, who's 9 years old, using AI today in ways that I never thought possible.
Imagined. Exactly.
Some of us have been more reluctant to want to start using it.
Some of us, meaning you.
Yeah. Well, not just me, but even just I've noticed the team around me, especially the older generation, they're reluctant to want to use it because they feel unauthentic in using it. But it really has become a powerful tool.
Yes.
More so for efficiency even.
Absolutely.
I definitely use it.
I
use it because it does create efficiencies and allows me to better utilize my time in areas that needs me more, but still be very responsive.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
Exactly. Well, AI has been around, especially in higher education, for decades.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. It's just the recent technological advances have improved tremendously. So originally you have chatbots, you have data analysis tools, you have things like that, especially in higher education used for research. But now the game changer is generative AI has the ability to create from scratch. So
unbelievable.
If student Christi goes in and said, I would like to create a 5-page paper, APA format, 3 references, in less than 10 minutes, it creates it for you.
Yeah.
So there are some challenges that it poses for universities, because there are some ethical decisions there. Like you mentioned, you're using it for effectiveness.
Yeah.
For us, we do use it in several ways. So we're excited about what it can do. Like you said, efficiency, but it is.
Well, you touched on something that I was going to get into next, right? So I remember when I was in school, and I'm not going to say how long ago that was, but you're right. Artificial intelligence has been there for quite some time.
Right.
And I remember our teachers very, very clearly telling us, careful with plagiarism, because they do I remember we used to have to upload our essays, our papers onto a system, and it would check for plagiarism.
Exactly.
So this is not something completely new.
Correct.
It's just been so further advanced.
Correct.
That my question to you is that how is the university and how far is the university going, allowing their students to utilize these mechanisms to enhance their writing or their creative abilities? Where do you draw the line in the sand?
Great question. It does pose a lot of interesting questions and concerns.
Yeah.
Because as you said, the plagiarism tool, that's the most common tool
Correct.
used. But now AI detection is available, but then how accurate is the tool that you're using.
Right.
So currently, URBE University is leaning into using AI. We want to educate the students on how to use it ethically.
Right.
So our goal is to teach them. We just had a workshop this week on how to use it to educate themselves, to still meet the objectives of the course.
Right.
To teach them how to critically think still.
And that's my biggest concern,
Yes.
is that our brains are
Exactly.
not, you have to be thinking on the fly sometimes.
Right.
I mean, for me particularly, I think that's the most important thing, is that critical thinking, that quick thinking on your
Exactly.
feet. And I'm afraid to a certain extent
Right.
that we're going to lose that in this next generation if they're just so used to putting in a half thought.
Yes.
A half thought
Yes.
into a system which now generates the full complete thought for them.
We are going to lose some of that. There's no way around it.
Terrifying to me.
The only way to combat that is if you, let's say, integrate into the requirements, add a personal experience. Let's say add some emotion to your response, something that AI wouldn't really know about yourself. And we ask the
You can
students
teach
to add
it that these days, which is
You
to me
can.
incredible.
You can.
I will tell you.
Absolutely can.
I'm going to tell you. So I have a program. We have it. It's a part of our Microsoft Office now, right?
Okay.
So for email particularly, it's extremely useful for me. I get over 100 emails a day.
Okay.
And so a lot of them have to do, especially if there's something happening in the community, they will be similar in their
Right.
concern or question.
Right.
And my inbox, my AI that's part of my
filters.
correct, that's part of what's the I'm losing the name of the program we use, the Outlook. Sorry,
Outlook, okay.
Outlook. That's part of Outlook. Will tell me, will generate a response. Once I do one email, it'll generate a response for the next one of a similar email,
Yes.
similar to the one I just responded to.
Yes.
And it'll help me kind of pump those emails out. Funny enough, when I'll tell one of my assistants, hey, can you draft something for me?
Mm-hmm.
Theirs will not sound like me. But when I do it in mine, it
sounds
sounds like me.
more
And I'm like, so now you can tell it's,
Right.
what they'll do is they'll tell their AI, sound like Mayor Christi Fraga. And it
And it will
populates something
actually-
that sounds like
It's
what
amazing.
it's crazy to me.
It's amazing.
And what it does, obviously, for I mean, I think people know this by now, is that it'll pick up speeches I've done or
Right.
things I've written in the past, like
And
I've
use
done
that
op-eds
language.
in the newspaper. So it'll pick all that up from the internet
Wow.
and it'll generate the response to
Amazing.
sound like
Amazing.
the emotional connection I have with people.
Exactly.
Nuts. I mean, that to me is like very scary.
And how do you combat that? How
Yeah.
do you, if you respond to me, how am I going to know if it's genuinely you or not?
Right,
There's no way
right.
to really know.
Again, for me, it's a fabulous tool
Yes,
if properly used.
if properly used.
However, it really does scare me for our future generation.
Yes.
And like my son,
Yes.
my son today, if I tell him, oh, I don't know what, he'll go, ask ChatGPT.
Exactly.
I'm like, "Ma."
And you get an answer.
Yes.
And you get an answer. I know
Yeah.
people who use it for counseling.
So that
yes.
you're going into my next question,
Yes.
right? So what do you foresee it, or how far would you allow it to be used as an educator or as a so that was a
Yes.
question that we thought about when talking about this subject. Was we're fearful that AI will replace jobs.
It will, but there's certain areas that it just won't replace.
Yeah.
For example, teaching, there's still going to be some type of human interaction.
Will there be?
Babysitting. Well, think about it. You're 8-year-old. I have a 5-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Imagine a robot watching our kids. The
that's-
robot wouldn't make it. At the end of the day, the robot would be tied up somewhere in a puddle somewhere. So there's certain areas where there is going to be some limitations.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think teaching is one of those. You still
But
want
you can
to have that
you
human
can to a
element.
certain extent have a conversation with it.
You can, absolutely you can. But then the emotional aspect is missing. If you
Right.
come in, you're crying about something, you need immediate assistance.
Mm-hmm.
There's some limitations with AI. I'm not going to say it won't be able to
I
assist.
hear you. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Absolutely, you have to.
This has replaced emotional
Completely.
connection.
Completely.
100%. People have the emotional
people
connection
are
with
obsessed.
you. Leave this at home, and how do
And
you
have
feel?
anxiety.
How do you
People have
feel?
Anxiety. You're going back. You're not going too far without
Correct.
the phone.
It
Exactly.
really is something that I think as a society we have to we have to be thoughtful about
Right.
for the future, for our
We
future
do.
generation, for our kids. We're seeing heightened anxiety, depression,
Right.
and we used to see that more in older, the demographics was older, 45,
Exactly.
35 to like 55-year-old men.
Correct.
We're seeing it now more in the teenagers.
We are.
And so that's definitely something that I think needs to be addressed. So tell me more how the university is utilizing
Yes.
all of this in its courses to enhance.
No, great question. We're leaning into it.
You have to.
We embrace it.
Yeah.
We're not fearful of where it's going to take us, and I think that's going back to what you just mentioned. You can't be afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we kind of have to own the responsibility. So URBE University, we are using it to assist us with creating better content for the students.
Yeah.
Because we do offer courses in English and Spanish.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we're offering the best quality that we can for the students and giving them the best experience. So we use it to assist us, but we also use the subject matter experts. So the personal aspect is always going to be there as well.
Yeah, it really is a hard balance to strike here at the
Yes.
city. Like I said, we're using it and we're studying further how to use it for efficiency purposes. Again, a lot of our questions are pretty repetitive.
Okay.
But for example, we have a 311 system. We have where you can upload, for example, a pothole, let's say.
Okay.
So now AI is very helpful in that sense because it could generate, if there's been 30, 40 uploads of the same question or concern, it can generate a response based on how we're addressing it, right?
Exactly.
So obviously there is many positives in how
More positives than negatives.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think we have to be very thoughtful in how, especially as parents,
Yes.
and as we're educating the next generation.
Yes.
That's where you all come in.
Absolutely.
And how we utilize this to improve society,
Right.
and not get us down.
Well, teaching them as well.
Yeah.
Making sure they understand how to use it for their benefit.
Yeah.
Because there is some effort, like you're saying. You do have to put some effort to generate the response that you want.
Right.
So teaching them that, yes, you do have to do some work. You can use it, but don't forget the purpose of why you're going to school.
And what career paths or what course studies could someone take in preparation for understanding it's here, it's not going anywhere?
Right.
There's two parts of this. There's one is the actual utilization of it to do your job better, but then there's also the other side of the creations of it.
Yes.
The enhancement of it,
Exactly.
the engineering of it, right? The mechanics
Behind it, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about that side of it.
Well, for
course studies
us,
for that.
Great question. For us, we're going to start integrating just the use of it in all of our degrees. Because as you mentioned, you're in politics and you could use it for, various reasons. For me, it's higher education. We could also use it. I don't think there's a field that can't benefit from the use of AI. So for us, it's very important that we continue to make sure that we educate all fields on how to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, here at the city, not just as generating responses, being more responsive to the public.
Right. Exactly.
We're also using it in studying a lot of our processes.
Yes.
So, for example, we can in building, we just implemented a system that if someone doesn't understand how to utilize our online permit application or uploading plans, where technically previously you would need someone from the trade industry to be able to help you do it. Now you can actually just ask AI how to do it, and it'll populate for you a step-by-step process on how to use our system.
How accurate is that process?
It's very accurate, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're utilizing it to create more customer service-based performance, which is very much needed and helps us reduce what it would cost us to have such a large workforce to deal with that, which helps us stabilize our tax base and not get too top heavy, and make sure we're utilizing our revenue and our tax base for services that are more needed in the community.
Now, is that
and
removing
infrastructure
jobs from your industry?
So it hasn't removed jobs per se, but it will help us not have to create new positions. Right? And so that's that's beneficial. Right. Whereas our population would grow, you would think you need more positions to be able to service service the population more. we are looking at AI to I don't want to say replace, because I hate saying replace those jobs, but whereas a position would have been created, it is being utilized, it is being looked at to be done through AI.
And
same as our consulting, right?
I was gonna say exactly, yes.
Same as consulting. So we may not hire a consultant anymore. We would have to analyze, let's say, I don't know, our fee structures. Okay. We'll now upload our fee structures into a system
and it'll
give us an analysis compared to other cities in the area or the state of Florida, whatever, and it'll propagate.
It's amazing.
Exactly what we're looking for, and that'll save the city a couple $100,000.
Right.
Which is incredible. So there is the cost savings that it creates aspect for us. So that's very, very important. But there's so many things that we look at.
There are a lot.
As this continues to evolve. And I feel like it's really taken a launch these last 5 years or so, would you say?
Have, absolutely, because of the content creation.
Yes.
10 years ago, you couldn't have it produce a paper for you.
I used it for the first time the other day to generate a mock flyer. So
the other day, recently, you used it for the first time?
Yes, a couple days ago.
Really?
So what I did was we wanted to have a discussion about property tax proposals that are happening in the state, and I didn't know how. I had a lot of speakers and people that wanted to be a part of it, and I was like, how do we make this look attention grabbing? I don't want it to be too text heavy. Right. We didn't really have any examples to go off of, and so I said, let's ask ChatGPT. We put it in, and it literally gave us a draft flyer.
Amazing.
We ended up changing it a bit, but it gave us a starting place, which was extremely efficient, and it's incredible. So I'm very interested in the mechanics behind it. That's a different world for me.
Right.
I'm not really a computer engineer by any means. My husband's IT in my house.
Is it?
And here we have a great IT department, and incredible creative minds. But it is very interesting to see
where it's going,
the mechanics of
behind it. Yes.
Who's coming? Because it is a machine. You still got to pump information into it.
You do.
So
there's
that part of it
still needed.
So that part of it for me is quite interesting. Can you give us any insight also on the you obviously were in the military. You have a naval background. Can you give us some insight on how it's affecting or how it will be implemented into that world?
Well, remember, our military is the best in the world. Mm-hmm. So they have advancements that no other country could even match or compare. So we're in a great place militarily. This technology has been around. As you know, some things in the government, they have far ahead of everyone else. Yeah. And then the public gets the leftovers. So at the end of the day, this is...
So you think they're way more advanced than we are in that?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
You've seen like the Terminator and stuff, right? So you think we'll have robots one day? You mentioned robots taking care of our kids, but
that would be the quickest way to get the robots to turn against us if we created them just for babysitting.
That is true.
I'm sure,
that's really good. Yeah,
I'm sure we're definitely not going to get there. Yeah. But we just need to be ahead of it. Yeah. We just need to make sure that we're in charge.
I was hoping you were going to give us some top secret, government information here. No,
definitely not.
That'll be for another podcast.
That's another episode, exactly. But we do need to be in charge. We need to make sure that we're not afraid of it. Yeah. That we take responsibility and accountability.
And that we're staying in front of it and ahead of everybody else.
Yes. That's very important, which we're trying. I know the government is always trying to get ahead and stay ahead. Yes. So looking forward to the future and what we turn into.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Dr. Roberts. This was a great conversation.
Absolutely.
What would you like to leave us with about URBE, yourself, as you're talking to maybe someone who's watching that is, thinking about a career in AI or is concerned about AI for the future? What can we leave people with on a positive note? Yeah, I think I was a little gloomy on how difficult it could be to accept what all this means for our future generations and our youth. But what do we tell people that turn to people in leadership about what's coming?
Well, first of all, we really need to embrace it. These conversations need to happen so we can understand what we're dealing with. At URBE University, we pride ourselves on open conversations. So if you're even not sure what to do as far as higher education, come to URBE University, contact us, our admissions representatives. just have an honest conversation about what it is that you're looking for. So for us, we want to support everyone. We support other institutions. We support government organizations. We just want to see everybody work together and thrive. So we're very community oriented. So contact us anytime. URBE University is definitely growing, and we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
But we want to support everyone.
Great.
Yes.
And on that note, before we close, you know, there's a lot of people who would like to continue on their personal development journey, whether that's higher education, workforce training, professional enhancements or development, professional development. But finances are usually sometimes what stops us. Time and finances is what I've realized. People will usually halt people or paralyze them from continuing on because they're scared or concerned. What tools and resources, whether it's with URBE or any other educational institution that they may be seeking a professional development from, could they look for?
Great question. And thank you for bringing that up. So we do offer scholarships at URBE University. Our tuition is very affordable. Very affordable. We try to work with students as far as payment plans. We offer financial aid for those who qualify. So we do make it affordable. So we have students that have, come in and we've spoken to them and we worked something out and they've graduated. And now they're successful. So contact us, and we do have that conversation.
No, you heard it here first. Don't let that be the reason why you do not reach out to continue to enhance your professional development. So thank you very much. I want to thank URBE for being great community partners, for being sponsors of our podcast, but also have been extremely involved in our community in promoting art, culture, education, professional development. So we're very grateful to the opportunities you've brought to our community, our Hispanic community too, because you guys very much focus on that. So thank you. Great job. Great conversation about AI, how you can utilize it to make efficiencies in your workplace or how you use it on your as a career. You know, how we need good creative minds who are continuing to enhance it. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching another episode of In the City con Christi. Stay tuned for much, much more. Thank you very much. Bye.